Why would Zdeněk lie about Blažena stealing?
I don't know what went on between them. Time. I think he wants to get rid of her.
Now? When poor Blažena's ill?
That's just grist to his mill. The poor lass can't even defend herself, and he wants to take advantage of it.
Where did Blažena usually go around the monastery?
All over?
Right, but that doesn't help me. Where did only she go?
Zdeněk gave her the pantry key, so she was the only one who had access to it.
And where is that pantry?
That same cellar I already told you about. The one I saw Zdeněk run into.
Why would the steward want to get rid of an ordinary maid?
Isn't it enough that he's a scoundrel? Maybe he fancied her and she laughed in his face. Serves him right.
Did Blažena have a sweetheart?
That? I'm not entirely sure.
So someone's been sniffing round her?
I only ever saw her once, chatting cheerfully in the doorway of the monastery with some monk.
Monks aren't supposed to talk to women, right?
And I haven't told anyone but you about it. And you keep it to yourself too. Blažena's got it hard enough as it is.
That'll do for now. I'll take a look in that cellar and see what I can find.
Right, but how is all this supposed to help Blažena get better?
Well, to be honest, I don't know myself. But Master Albik said to find out what I can.
And how is Blažena doing?
Don't worry about her. Albik treated King Wenceslas himself. Illnesses don't scare him.
If you say so. That does make me feel better. Let's hope she recovers. I miss her high spirits. And her laugh. Without her, it's so horribly quiet here. God be with you.
Good day. Well, good day.
That's a lot of coin. Suspiciously much for a common maid. Pretty wet in here. So this is where the water on the floor is coming from. These must be barrels from Lorca. Someone's been hammering these barrels shut. An empty wine barrel. Of course. Now I get it. Steward Zdenyek's watering down the monastery wine. If the abbot found out about this, he'd throw him out. I know you're watering down the monastery wine.
I beg your pardon?
Don't act like you didn't hear. You know exactly what I meant.
You feeling all right? Maybe you should lie down.
I saw your cellar.
What? But no one's allowed down.
Now we're gonna have a little chat.
All right. But not here. Come with me, if anyone heard you.
Fine, let's go. But don't try anything.
I'm not stupid. Come closer. I don't want to shout here.
So, what have you got to say about the wine?
Me? Nothing. And I'll make sure you don't say anything either.
And what if I don't keep quiet?
Oh, you will. One way or another.
That stick doesn't frighten me.
You haven't had a good hiding in a while, have you?
No, I haven't. And do you know why?
I don't, and I don't care. Defend yourself. You're in for an arse-kicking, you piece of shit! I yield!
Mercy!
All right, enough. I clearly misjudged you.
I'd say so.
What do you want from me?
First of all, give me your axe.
All right. Here.
That's the way.
Anything else?
Why did you lie to me about Blazena? About her stealing?
What's Blazena got to do with all this anyway? Did that bitch tell you something?
Don't speak about her like that, you hear me? The poor girl might die. And anyway, why would she tell me anything?
Because she figured it out too. One time I forgot to lock the cellar door behind me and she caught me at it.
So that's why you lied about her? So no one would believe her if she gave you away? You're a right bastard, you know that?
Go to hell.
They say you were rummaging through her chest. And you took something.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Don't deny it. They saw you. So what did you take?
Well, this key.
Hand it over. Why did you take it in the first place? Do you even know what it's for?
It's for the monastery cellar.
You mean your cellar?
No, it's the key to the cellar under the monastery.
But how would Blazena get something like that? Women aren't even allowed in the monastery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Christ. And that's all you know?
That's it, I swear.
All right, I believe you. Now get out.
Wait! Promise me you won't tell the abbot about the wine. He'd have me hanged, or kicked out if I'm lucky. But if I stay here at the monastery, I could be useful to you.
How useful?
As the steward, I can get all sorts. Lockpicks and other handy things.
We'll see. I'll think about it. But now clear off.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Tell me something about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Where are you from?
I was born in Zadar, that is in Dalmatia by the sea. I grew up at my uncle Stepan Latkovich's court. Until recently, he governed a huge estate in central Croatia, Dalmatia and Slavonia.
Until recently?
After an unfortunate event, our lands and properties went to Sigismund's father-in-law, Herman of Scilly.
What do you mean by unfortunate event? The one that cost you your properties?
It was a little misunderstanding, which became known as the Bloody Sabor of Krzewcy.
Sabor?
An assembly of the foremost representatives of nobility and political power in the country. And at this particular assembly, King Sigismund had my uncle, along with most of his people, killed.
Don't you want to take revenge?
Alone? Against the entire Holy Empire? I am no madman, unlike my uncle. He paid for betrayal with his life. Our entire family lost everything. Our properties, our standing, our power, our future. And I want to fix it. I wear black as a sign of shame for my family. I will not wear anything else until I regain the king's trust.
Are you sure you can accomplish that in one lifetime?
Worst comes worst, I'll die in black too. At least it is suited for the grave.
Why did Sigismund do that?
He was still bitter about Nicopolis. But what really angered him was my uncle's support for Ladislaus of Naples. He had long had his eyes set on the throne of Hungary, so you can imagine the king was not pleased.
How did you end up in Zacharias' service?
I used to serve several important courtiers. I must have made an impression on Master Zacharias because he requested my service specifically. King Sigismund readily agreed, and so it will be 2 years now that I've been serving him.
Not that I know many people from Dalmatia, but your name sounds more Hungarian.
That is on purpose. The name Lachkovich is not exactly favoured at Sigismund's court, so I have learned to use the Hungarian variant.
About that purse of yours.
Yes? Did you find it?
I did. It was lying by the path next to that big bush, just like you said.
Really? Let's see.
Here you are.
That's the one! Thanks, Henry. Here, this for you, for your help. Without that purse, I'd be a beggar. Not much of a reward, I know. You'll probably earn more working with Master Albic.
Oh.
You know what? I'll teach you a trick I picked up recently.
A trick?
When a big aim...
How do you feel?
Like I'm turning inside out.
Don't worry. I'll let you rest. But first, I need to know who you've been seeing lately. And where.
What? Why?
Because we need to find out where and how you got infected.
What's that got to do with the others?
The sickness spreads through foul air. Anyone breathing the same air as you might be at risk.
You sound like you know what you're talking about. And I believe you've got your reasons. But I'm a confessor. I can't. I mustn't break the seal of confession or tell you what anyone confided in me.
But this isn't just about you.
Exactly. It's about the souls I help unburden of their sins. And the trust I'd be betraying.
And what about those who never got the chance to confess? What if they catch the sickness and die? Don't their souls matter to you?
It's not that. But I don't know how to help you.
Can't you at least point me in the right direction?
Perhaps you're right. I could at least point the way. There's something that might be connected to this dreadful sickness. Look in my cell. It's the one beneath the abbot's chamber, opposite the spiral staircase. Here's the key. I think you'll find something there that might help you.
What am I looking for?
That you'll have to find out for yourself.
I understand. I won't pressure you. Get some rest.
Wait, please. Do you think that I might ask you for something?
What is it?
I'd like to have some flowers. Something living to cover up the ever-present stench of decoctions.
I'll see what's growing nearby and bring you some. It'll brighten the place up a bit at least.
Thank you, lad.
Quiet while you do it.
am looking forward to seeing my family. I've never been apart from them.
I brought the flowers you asked for.
May the Lord reward you.
Here they are.
Thank you, lad. Would you put them in the jug for me?
I saw you came here with Master Albic. I suppose that would make you his assistant?
Yes, I suppose you could say that. My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Benedict the Novice, but I reckon the abbot already told you that.
Yes. He said you would show us to our lodging, as well as the infirmary.
Your room is at the other end of the infirmary. It'll be the door on the left. There's an alchemy workshop in the other room. Master Albic should find everything he needs there. Though if he needs any fresh herbs, there's also the monastery's garden. Brother Joachim, our herbalist, would be more than happy to help him.
Good to know. Thank you. Will you tell me more about yourself?
I can try. What would you like to know?
How did you get to the monastery?
Well, I walked. Or do you mean why I entered the abbey?
I'm more interested in that.
Very well. My parents are long dead, but I have 3 older brothers as well as 2 sisters. That is, I had 3, but one of them didn't live to see her first birthday. Nonetheless, I was born 6th. You see, I'm not a fighter, so I didn't join the army, and after paying for my sisters' weddings, I couldn't afford to go to university.
So you had no choice?
Something like that. But I'm happy to be here. In just under 2 years, I've learnt many things. Perhaps the Lord will provide, and one day I'll be in charge of the entire hospital.
What did you do before you joined the abbey?
When my parents were still alive, I cared for them. And when they died, I started my postulancy.
Why did you have to care for them? You have a lot of siblings.
My sisters got married, my brothers left to search for work, and we never saw them again. My parents had nobody else left.
It was kind of you to take on that responsibility.
I didn't think of it as a responsibility. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
So you were with your parents until they...
Until they died. It was really challenging for me. But I feel it helped me discover my calling.
Caring for the sick, you mean?
Yes.
Why do you work at the infirmary, of all places?
It's my divine calling.
What do you mean, divine calling?
The Lord chose me to become a healer, but he allowed me to learn through life and discover things for myself.
What, your divine calling is washing the sick, feeding them, emptying their bedpans?
Not just that. I mix potions, change the bedding, keep inventory of what's been used each day and what's needed for the next. And when I have some free time, I search the scriptorium for books on alchemy. There's a bunch of old tomes there full of long-forgotten recipes. I'm boring you, aren't I? Forgive me.
How did you discover you were supposed to become a healer?
I came to realize diseases don't cause me fear or aversion. Or compassion, for that matter.
But isn't that natural? When you see someone suffering, you shouldn't just be completely indifferent.
Imagine you have a stoneworker with a crushed foot come in. Bones poking out and bleeding like a stuck pig. Is it better to comfort him, or to decide in time that he'll probably lose the foot anyway, tourniquet the wound, and go and get a saw?
You're scaring me a bit, to tell the truth.
You're not the first person to say that. but don't think I particularly enjoy cutting off limbs or bleeding people. I'm just good at it.
How's life in the Abbey?
You're expecting me to complain, aren't you? I'm perfectly happy with a routine life. You eat from the same bowls at the same table every morning. Prayer is at the same time every day. And I fall asleep in the same bed every night. What more could you want?
If I ever need my wounds treated, can I come to you?
Of course. It's my job after all. I'm here most days, so you know where to find me.
Be quiet while you do it.
God be with... Excuse me.
There's wine in the air. Someone must have spilled a cask. Someone's walked through the spilled wine. The trail continues here.
What the? Hey! How did you get in here?
asking you. What is this place?
Christ's precious passion. May the Lord forgive us.
Forgive you for what? And who even are you?
Wojtek, we were writing a book here. All of us.
Who helped write your book?
Me, obviously Yaroslav, and Brother Ernest, and also Blazina.
What book are you talking about?
Brother Yaroslav was translating a book called the Decameron in the scriptorium. And once he'd finished that, he started working down here. When Yaroslav started translating the Decameron, he soon realized what it was really about. He became afraid that if Brother Crispin, or, God forbid, the abbot, found out, they'd forbid him to continue the translation. They might even have the book destroyed. What a loss that would be. So once he'd finished the translation, he hid it down here instead.
So, what's the Decameron actually about?
That's not such an easy question. And you don't look like someone who came here to talk about literature.
Then at least tell me why Yaroslav was afraid to hand over the book.
Because it represents a new way of thinking. It doesn't focus so much on our Lord, but more on man. On human virtues, vices, good and bad intentions, and all the forms of love.
Really? All of them?
All of them. Mind you, the book pokes fun at the church a little.
And you, as servants of God, were fine with that? It mocks your faith.
I said the church, not God. There's a difference, even if not everyone wants to see it.
Right. So what was Yaroslav working on down here, then?
The Decameron left a strong impression on him. He decided to write a book of his own, in the same spirit, to celebrate what is as valuable to man as love, or the spiritual life. He later asked Brother Ernest and me to work on the book together.
Who exactly is Ernest? I don't think I've met him.
One of the older brothers. He's in charge of all the building and repairs in the monastery.
And do you know if he might have fallen ill, too?
No idea. But now that you mention it, I haven't seen him for a while. And when I think how Yaroslav and Blazina are doing...
I'd best go and check on him myself. Where's his cell?
It's one of those under the abbot's quarters. The middle one on the right, if you're facing from the courtyard.
And what exactly did Yaroslav want to write about?
About humor, wit, laughter. About everything that can make a person laugh.
Why would someone write about that, of all things? I thought books were meant to be about...
Something lofty?
Well, something like that.
Yaroslav believed that a sense of humor could help a person in hard times just as much as strong faith could.
There's something to that. Who knows how I'd have ended up if I hadn't been able to laugh at myself from time to time.
Just like Yaroslav said, laughter and humor are gifts from our Lord, among the mightiest. But the brothers probably wouldn't see it that way. That's why we met and worked in secret. Sometimes we'd write all night, other times we'd get into heated debates. And sometimes we just tried to outdo each other with witty sayings.
So, basically you were sitting down here telling jokes all night?
Among other things, but mostly we were working.
Go on then. Tell me one of the jokes you came up with.
Now? All right then. All right. Here's one. Do you know why monks lie down in the meadow among the sheep? Because they're waiting for the good shepherd.
Tell me another one.
Brother Julian cooks fish every Friday and calls it fasting. We just call it a test of faith.
Well, that one was a bit dry.
So was Christ when he walked on water.
Tell me another one.
5 clergymen meet, and they've nothing to tell each other. Because they all turned up. Tell me, the brothers are praying when suddenly the candle goes out. The novice gasps, "It's a sign." The older brother says, "Yes, that someone's breathing too hard."
All right, that's enough. I'd like to ask you something else. And what was Blazena doing here? She's a maid. She probably can't write. And women aren't allowed in the monastery, are they?
I didn't get it at first either. Why Yaroslav brought her here. If anyone had found out, the abbot would have thrown us all out. But I soon understood. Humor isn't just for the educated or wealthy, let alone just for men. Laughter belongs to everyone. How could we grasp its breadth with just our limited experience?
So, this isn't about any sin? Blazena's just... funny?
More than that. Her laughter, sense of humor, her knack for knowing when to make a joke. It's a true gift from God.
What about the elder confessor, Stephen? Was he never part of this?
He's got nothing to do with it. He doesn't know a thing, unless someone slipped up during confession.
And how are you feeling, anyway? Are you all right?
Yes, at least for now.
No symptoms? Weakness, rash, fever, anything?
Nothing like that, I swear.
If you start feeling bad, report to the infirmary at once. Understood?
Of course.
Where did you say Brother Ernest's cell is?
It's one of those under the abbot's quarters.
How long have you been meeting here?
Since the start of summer.
So at least 30 days?
Roughly. I don't remember exactly. Sorry.
I've heard enough. I'll go and check on Ernest now.
Wait. What about me? What's going to happen to me?
I told you, if you're not feeling well, go to the infirmary. Albic will take care of you. Don't worry.
I meant our book. Please, don't tell the abbot about it. We weren't doing anything wrong, but if he found out, he'd throw us out.
Why would I tell him? You didn't do anything wrong here.
Thank you, and may God protect you.
Whew, it's damp, chilly, but the air is clean. If the disease really spread through foul air, then they must have caught it somewhere else. Loads of written parchments. They really must have been meeting here for a long time. Christ! I'm too late. A rash. Same as the sick in the infirmary. But he died sooner, so he must have been the first to catch it. Some building plans. Looks like a church, and underneath, probably a crypt? I should tell Albic about this. Where the hell did the Confessor get so many valuables? Something doesn't add up here. There's not much here, so where did the valuables come from?
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
God be with you.
God grant you health.
Good day.
Brother Petramil?
Yes, and you are?
My name's Henry. I'm accompanying Albic of Unichov. The abbot said you'd show me around the monastery.
Of course. The monastery grounds are extensive. And I'm glad you're open to advice on getting around. Would you like to go now?
Yes, please.
Our monastery was the first Cistercian monastery in Bohemia, and is thus the mother of all our order's monasteries in these lands.
Excuse me.
This is the gate to the monastery. Within the monastery grounds, you'll find the workers' dwellings, farm buildings, and fish ponds. And on the far side of the monastery, we've got an orchard and gardens.
I saw quite a few knights here. Do they live here?
Those are brothers of the Teutonic Order. The abbot offered them lodging while they're gathering resources in Kuttenberg for their next campaign.
How long are they supposed to stay?
No one knows. But it doesn't look like they're in any great hurry. This is the kitchen. From here, Salarius Julian oversees the state of the monastery stores and the meals for the brothers.
Good to know where to come if I get hungry.
Yes, but please, try not to speak with the other brothers too much.
Why not? Have they taken a vow of silence?
The rule of Saint Benedict encourages the cultivation of silence. The brothers shouldn't be chatting idly, but rather turning their minds to work and to God.
What if I need something?
In case of need, of course you may speak to them. But for ordinary tasks and objects, we've developed our own gestures. You don't need to learn them, though. As a guest, you won't need access to such things. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me.
I'm sorry.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
This is our monastery library and scriptorium. Brother Crispin, our librarian, does a splendid job. Our collection may not be the largest, but it's exceptionally colorful.
Can I borrow any books here?
Yes, but please try not to take them out of the library. We already have trouble with brothers not returning them. I think I myself might have a forgotten volume or two in my cell.
Can I help with that?
That's up to Brother Crispin. But it's true he's overburdened and sorely short of time. Try asking him.
All right, I'll check with him. If Albic doesn't need me urgently.
That would be kind of you. So, let's move on. This is the chapter hall. Here, Abbot Jan receives important visitors and pilgrims.
You mean like when Sigismund came?
Of course. That was the most important visit, and duty of recent years.
Have you had any other such visitors recently?
The king brought his closest attendants. Even his physician, whom the abbot, I believe, also asked for help.
2 royal physicians in one place. That's quite the coincidence.
Indeed. That's why I'm also curious why your master has come.
That's not for me to reveal. And anyway, aren't monks supposed to keep out of worldly affairs?
That's hard to do when the abbot invites the world through our gates. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me. Next, we'll visit the beating heart of our monastery. Please, ignore the ongoing work. Welcome to the Church of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. It's the pride of our monastery, and the dominant landmark of the region.
What's with the hole in the floor?
Yes. That's one of the hazards of ongoing repairs. But that's not something a guest need concern himself with.
I don't mind. Tell me.
There's not much to tell. During repairs, the floor collapsed into the cellar spaces, and we're working on fixing it.
Oh, come on. There's got to be more to it. A cellar under the church? Storing onions on sacred ground?
Not onions, but bodies. Beneath the church is a crypt where abbots and other esteemed benefactors of the monastery are laid to rest.
I see why you wouldn't want to spread that around. It doesn't look like a good omen.
It certainly doesn't. Perhaps we should leave the laborers to their work and move along.
I'd like to stay in the church a little while longer. I've been staring at it from Kuttenberg. I'm glad to finally get to see inside.
Let it serve as a reminder of who tended to the souls of the people of Kuttenberg for decades.
And do you think they need it?
It'll do them good. The townsfolk are building their own church outside the bounds of our parish. They claim they should choose who'll oversee their town.
Isn't that right, though? If they pick someone themselves, they're more likely to listen to him.
But what of tradition? Of glory? Of all the service we've given to the townspeople? Not to mention how much of Kuttenberg stands on land owned by the monastery.
Both? Which part?
That's a matter for the monastery. Let's continue the tour. There's not much left now. Did you notice the cemetery by the monastery when you arrived?
Hard not to. It's enormous.
Yes. For a long time now, people have traveled even from far and wide to bury their loved ones here.
Dragging a body all that way? Why not bury them in the village graveyard?
Over a century ago, Abbot Heidenreich went on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land and brought back soil from Christ's tomb. Since then, people have come here in great numbers. After the plague and the wars of recent years, their numbers have only grown. We recently built the ossuary to have a place to lay the dead. These cells are reserved for brothers who hold an official position in the monastery.
Where does that gate lead?
To the garden surrounding the monastery. We'd prefer you didn't go there too much. That part of the garden lies beneath the wing occupied by His Majesty.
Why are they here, specifically?
The abbot's study is upstairs, so we can be close at hand.
And which cell is yours?
If you come through the garden gate, it's the first cell on the right. But I spend most of the day making rounds around the monastery, or assisting the abbot, who has his office above us.
Should we move on?
Please, this way. Next, I'll show you the abbot's chapel.
Won't the abbot mind?
Apparently not. The Right Reverend instructed me to give you as thorough a tour of the monastery as possible, including the chapel. He said ignorance mustn't hinder your ability to assist your master. The last part of our tour. This chapel is where the abbot himself prays. The painting above the altar shows Archangel Michael weighing souls on a scale. We see sinners cast to hellish beasts and pious souls rising to the gates of heaven.
Weighed against what?
Sins against acts of humility, sacrifice, and labor. A humble and disciplined life.
And that's enough?
Sin isn't easily redeemed. It must be repaid with good deeds, or so it ought to be, at least. I'll now take you to Master Albic in the infirmary. Please follow me. To the right is the gate to the wing now occupied by King Sigismund. Don't go near it. You won't get in. They don't wish to be disturbed. And if you walk past, please try to be quiet. And here's the infirmary, where you'll find Master Albic. Anything else you'd like to ask?
Are there any other interesting places you haven't shown me?
What exactly are you helping Master Albic with?
Mostly I make sure Albic has everything he needs.
Then I'm sure you'd enjoy meeting Brother Crispin in the library. He has books that might prove useful to you both.
Are there places I'm not allowed?
Aside from the wing occupied by King Sigismund, the abbot has granted you access to the whole monastery. But again, I ask you, only speak to the brothers when absolutely necessary.
I'd say I know everything I need. I'll go and check what Master Albic needs.
Good luck. And God be with you.
And with you. Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Gladly. What do you want to know?
You've known Albic for quite a while now, haven't you?
Too long, perhaps. If you know what I mean.
Well, I've only known him for a short time. But I can imagine he's not always easy to get along with.
Aye, old Albic. Don't take me wrong. The man's a real fount of knowledge.
I feel like there's a but coming.
What's more, he's always had the gift that whatever he does, he makes it look easy. It was only when I tried something myself, under his guidance, that I realized how many mistakes could be made. You should have heard the earful he gave me.
When the rat-eye captain, Bernard, gave me my first sword fighting lesson, it ended up similar. He beat me like a dog.
Is that so? But that must have been a long time ago, eh?
So much has happened since then. It feels like it was 100 years ago.
Wise words. These past years for my liking.
Is it true that Albic was your teacher?
He was far from the only one. At university, they filled my head with knowledge about alchemy, the origin and use of substances, often accompanied by a dose of philosophy. But it was only with Albic that I understood what practice entails. These years spent with books didn't prepare me for it in the slightest.
I thought Albic fits in more with books and alchemical instruments too.
Appearances can be deceiving. He's a knowledgeable man, but I've never seen him more in his element than when he's caring for his patients. Sometimes he thinks he'll save the whole world with his head full of wisdom. And don't try to argue it with him.
What surprised you most in medical practice?
Hard to say. You get used to the smell of blood and pus eventually. Same with the screams and cries for help. But when someone's child dies in your arms for the first time... Well, that was the first and last time Albec and me got drunk like animals.
Serving as King Sigismund's personal physician must be a huge responsibility, eh?
Responsibility, too. But above all, it's constant alertness. You have to know how to act, but also how to anticipate. And even though it is not talked about, even kings are only human and can still fall gravely ill.
Albec mentioned the two of you treated King Wenceslas once.
That's right. It all turned out fine in the end, but there was a moment even Albec was worried it was beyond his capabilities.
What was wrong with Wenceslas then?
As his physician and confidant, Albec kept it to himself, but I had my suspicions. Now that I care for his brother, I can deduce what's hereditary and what Wenceslas brought upon himself with his, well, let's say, more unrestrained lifestyle.
Is King Sigismund ill?
If he was, I surely wouldn't be discussing it with you. Nonetheless, there's no need to worry. His Highness is in good health. And if anything were to change, I'm never far away.
What do you mean?
A few years back, someone tried to poison the king. They mixed it into his cup of wine.
And he drank it?
Thankfully, I noticed the odd color and sediment at the bottom. They had a waiter try the wine, and, well, I couldn't save him, unfortunately. Since then, there's been a shortage of waiters at the royal court. Strangely enough, nobody wants to do the job.
No wonder. Did I hear correctly that you're from Prachatiec? How is it there?
My, you have a good memory. Yes, I am. But, to be honest, I left there years ago to go to university and haven't had the chance to go back yet.
So you haven't seen your family since then?
I'd married myself to the king's service. The house went to my sister and brother-in-law, and they are doing well. Years ago, Prachatiec was granted the privilege of trading in salt from Passau by the king. And my brother-in-law knew how to take advantage of that.
Who's that companion of yours?
Dinesh? That's an odd story, actually. I'm not even sure how he made it to the royal court. Maybe someone originally took him as a prisoner.
You never asked him?
He doesn't want to talk about it, and I respect it. His family doesn't have the best reputation, and Dinesh does well not to associate with them.
His family? What happened?
Ask him yourself. It's not my place to tell you about it.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Thanks. That'll be all.
No problem.
What was I just thinking about?
Where's the confessor? I found another infected.
You're not the only one. While you were gone, they brought in several more. So, where's your sick man?
With the Lord now. I found him too late.
Lord have mercy. Do you at least know who it was?
One of the monks. His name was Ernest.
That's the second death today. Let's hope it's the last. The confessor's dead. Old Stephen.
Don't blame yourself. I'm sure you did everything you could to help him.
We tried, but sometimes there's just nothing we can do. At least we know he's no longer suffering. And what about you? Did you find out anything about the others who are sick? Do they have anything in common?
I found some jewelry in Stephen's cell. It looked quite old.
Jewelry? Where would he have got that from?
He might have stolen it. But given how strict he was about the seal of confession, it doesn't seem likely. Maybe someone else stole it. But guilt caught up with him, and he gave it to Stephen during confession.
Maybe. But surely we'd have heard about such a theft by now. Unless...
they stole it from someone who can't tell anyone anymore. Do you think we've got a murderer here?
I've no idea. It's all just guesswork.
I found out that Ernest, Yaroslav and Blazhena were meeting regularly. There's a secret copying workshop in the cellar.
A secret? But why? And what in God's name was she doing there?
From what I gathered, the translator got hold of some indecent book in the vernacular. I think it was called...
The Decameron?
Yes. You know it?
It caused quite a stir at the university in Padua. The students loved it, the masters forbade it, and the clergy cursed it. But back to the matter. What else?
Yaroslav was only supposed to translate the book, but it ended up inspiring him to write something of his own, and that's what he was working on with the others.
That explains why those three got infected. Do you think it happened in their workshop? Did you notice dampness, mold, any strange smell or bad air?
Nothing like that. It was damp, but the air was otherwise clean.
In that case, someone must have brought the illness to them.
But who?
Probably Ernest. If he died first, it would make sense.
Or maybe the illness just killed him faster because he was older. Like the Confessor.
That's possible too.
So, what are we going to do now?
We'll go to the abbot. You, Zacharias, and I. This is getting out of hand, and the number of sick keeps rising.
To the abbot? Right now?
You think waiting will solve anything?
You've all come. That can't mean anything good.
The truth is, more are falling ill and the infirmary's filling up fast.
We're trying to give them all they need. But soon there'll be no beds, and they'll have to lie on the floor.
How many have died?
The old confessor, Brother Stephen.
And Brother Ernest, too.
Ernest?
He died in his cell. No one even knew he'd fallen ill.
So, it started then.
Ernest wasn't treated. Even mild illness can be deadly without care.
And Stephen's age didn't help either.
When the Black Death last swept the town, it also started slowly. The old, the sick, those no one missed were the first to die. And then we couldn't even bury the dead in time, let alone give them the last rites. Now, the Lord is punishing us for it.
We do have some good news. With Henry's help, we might soon uncover where the infection's coming from.
We know that Brother Yaroslav and that maid both met with Ernest, so the illness must have spread between them.
They all met? Even the maid? Why?
Well, I didn't mean they were all together at the same time. Just that both Yaroslav and Blazhena had encounters with Ernest.
Why would a maid be meeting with Ernest? That makes no sense.
Ernest never left the monastery grounds.
He did, in fact. Fairly often. He was one of the few allowed out for work reasons.
Then they must have run into each other by chance, somewhere outside.
Very well, then.
Just breathing the same foul air as someone infected for a while puts you at risk.
And since I found Ernest already dead, we believe he's the one who brought the sickness among the others. If he was the first to die, then he must have been the first to catch it, right?
But where did he catch it?
I don't know yet, Father. But I have certain suspicions. What was his job in the monastery?
Ernest oversaw all building and repair work in the monastery.
And what had he been working on lately?
He'd been supervising repairs in the church. A floor had collapsed above the crypt recently. He was assigning tasks to laborers and overseeing the work.
Which crypt do you mean?
Some important nobles are buried there. But most of all, it's the tomb of my predecessors. May their souls rest in peace.
That might be the source of the foul air. The illness could have spread from the exposed crypt.
I ought to go into the church and inspect everything thoroughly. Especially that crypt.
That's not a good idea. If the illness is really spreading from there, no one should go in.
I understand your concern, Zacharias. But Henry is right. At this point, it's just a supposition, and we must put it to the test.
Enough. What nonsense is this? No one's going into that crypt. The disease is spreading. The infirmary is full. We've already got 2 dead.
Father, I understand you're afraid, but...
Afraid? I'm not afraid. I bear responsibility for the whole monastery, for every living soul. And it's my God-given duty to do everything I can to protect them from the plague.
Father, wait. Just give us a day. 2 at most. I'll just find out where the sickness came from.
You won't get another hour. The monastery is to be sealed. No one goes in, no one comes out. All the monks are to withdraw to their cells.
What about us? You want to keep us here against our will?
I don't want to, but I must. And at the same time, I humbly ask for your help. Believe me, you'll be repaid when the time is right. You came to me with a certain request. Help me, you may consider it granted.
It's for the best, Albec. Even if it turns out not to be the plague, it's still a deadly illness, and we're within sight of the town. If it spreads to Kuttenberg, it'd be a disaster.
I know. But as you wish. I'm sorry, Henry, but I'm afraid we have no choice.
Tibi Domine, fratrum nostrum, militer commendamus, ut quem in hac vita mortali, immenso semper es prosecutus amore, nunc malis omnibus liberatum, in requiem in gredi iubias sempiterna. Tuam ergo clementium deprecamur, ut via prima iam transierunt, illum in paradisum tum begnine perducas, ubi neque luctus, neque clamor, neque dolor erit ultra. Sed pax et gaudium, Filio tuo et Spiritus Sancto in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
What now?
This whole situation keeps getting worse. How am I meant to treat a disease I know almost nothing about? This can't end well.
Then what do you suggest? The abbot's forbidden us from going anywhere outside the infirmary.
Not only that, he's had the monastery gates shut. No one's allowed in.
Or out. Ludolf's men are even patrolling the grounds. We're literally imprisoned.
Still, something must be done. The beds are nearly full, and there's not endless space on the floor either.
Henry, I know I've no right to ask this of you.
Oh, now you're suddenly glad of your escort to the monastery, eh?
For someone who only got here thanks to Albec, you've got a cheek, don't you think?
Fair enough. I didn't expect things to go this way either. But Zacharias is right. Talking won't help us now.
I'm sorry. So what can I do?
Search the church crypt. If there's a plague grave down there, uncovered by that collapse, then at least we'll know for sure.
But surely no one would have buried plague victims there. That's where the abbot's tombs are.
I'm not looking to confirm it. On the contrary, I want to rule it out. I still don't believe we're dealing with plague. I'll stay here and tend to the sick.
Let me assist you, friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's enough work here for the both of us. Henry, try speaking. They'll already be showing symptoms of the disease.
And how do I get there? I'm not even supposed to poke my nose outside. The knights are patrolling the grounds.
If they catch him wandering somewhere he shouldn't be, they'll have him thrown out.
And the abbot will find out we're investigating the source of the outbreak despite his explicit orders. But this is about lives. Henry, I believe you can do it. But still, be careful.
Right. It's just... I wouldn't want to catch it too.
That's understandable. It's a risk. No lie. Try not to linger around the crypt more than necessary.
I've just had another thought. In Italy, physicians wear a kind of hood with a mask. It protects them from foul air and perhaps even the plague.
True. I've heard the same in Padua.
Sounds good. But where am I meant to get one around here?
With a bit of skill, you can make it yourself. All you need for the hood is a piece of leather. You'll need to hang fragrant herbs around the collar. Something like mint or sage.
Might as well perfume myself all over.
You jest. But yes. The less foul air you breathe in, the better.
You can use the workbench in the alchemical workshop to make it.
All right. I'll be off then.
Best of luck. And God be with you.
And with you.